Is the habit of rushing hurting your pickleball game and you don't even realize it? Today, I'm going to get into 5 ways that rushing may be hurting your game. And at the end, I've got a bonus tip for you to help you feel more calm and confident every time you hit the court. Hey everybody, my name is CJ Johnson, and together with my partner Tony Roy, we help pickleball players over 50 live their best lives on and off the pickleball courts. The first way that rushing typically shows up is when you're running through a shot, and the best example usually is the return of serve. There are a lot of coaches that will teach players to run through the shot because it's a more expeditious way to get up to the non-volley zone. And technically, it's not wrong. But now you are not accounting for the energy that your body is putting into the shot. I'm sure that you have hit a shot that's short in the court. You've run up to that shot, and as you've run up to that shot, you hit the shot and it goes sailing out of bounds. That's because of the energy from your body. So again, it's not technically wrong, but it's a more complex motion to be moving while you hit the shot. Most players will gain more control by not rushing through the shot, by actually stopping their body and being in balance before they hit the shot. Set the feet and then allow the body to move through the shot so you're in better control of the energy that's going into the shot. Here are 2 quick examples. One where I take my time and get set, and one where I rush through the shot. See the difference? When I'm set, I'm controlling the energy from my body. When I rush, when I'm running through the shot, anything can happen. It's unpredictable, and the ball often sails out. Legendary basketball coach John Wooden said, "Be quick, but don't hurry." And that's sage advice for being on the pickleball court. Be quick to get to the ball, but don't rush through the shot. The next mistake typically happens up here at the non-volley zone, and it's on the dink. It's very closely related to the last one, but it's on the other end of the shot. You get ready for a dink that's coming in, you get set, but before you finish the shot, you come out of the shot. Now that causes the same mistake. That's a rushing mistake, and that's going to cause a loss of control. When I rush out of the dink, I lose control. The ball pops up, and I open the door for my opponent to attack. The fix? Get low. Get into position for the dink shot. Hit the dink shot. Stay in control. Feel like you're posing for a picture, then recover into the ready position. I'm coming. All right, go ahead.
Ready to play?
Am I ready to play? Already? Yeah, I guess. Let's go.
You hit like 2 balls. Are you ready?
How many times has that happened to you? You get to the court, you're nice and calm when you come in, and maybe you're the last one there in your group, and everybody's ready to play. Now, all of a sudden, you're rushing. Your mind is rushing, your mind is racing. Everything feels out of sync. The first game is a goner, and sometimes that feeling stays with you all day long. So there are a couple of fixes. Number 1, don't start playing until you're ready to play. Not only is it better for your mind to take some time to settle in, to focus on what's going to happen for your day, but it's also better for your body. It's going to give your body some time to warm up. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you feel yourself rushing while you're playing, one of the things that I like to do is I like to take the paddle out of my playing hand. That relaxes my body. It keeps me from getting a tight grip because there's a real connection between your brain, and if your brain's going fast, or your body, if your body has tension, that can also get your brain to go very fast. So take the paddle out of your hand between shots and you'll start to slow down. I've got one more suggestion for rushing. I've got a free prepare to play guide right over here. We go through all the things that you can do on your way to the court to help you to get ready to play your best anytime you hit the court. Click the link and download the free guide. Rushing mistake number 4 is what Tony and I call Instaserving. And I think we have all done this one. You get back here to the line, you get up to the line, and without giving it any thought, all of a sudden it's 1-1-2, bam, and you hit the shot. Everything is so rushed, and oftentimes you execute a serve, who knows where that shot went. Our mind and our bodies really operate on the same wavelength, at the same pace. So if we're rushing verbally, we're rushing in our brain, we are also rushing the motion with our body. And it's that rushing motion that causes us to lose control. So in this instance, the fix is taking your time, slowing it down, having a little pre-shot routine. Come up to the line, call out the score, 1-1-2. You might want to bounce the ball a couple times. You can bounce it with your hand. I'm a paddle bouncer. I like to bounce it like this. Step back, acquire your target. Maybe even throw in a deep breath here. A breath relaxes the body. Then execute the shot. It looks something like this. 1-1-2. Your mind and your body are clear on what you're going to execute, and you have a much better shot, a chance of executing a smooth, reliable serve if you slow it down and don't rush through it. Rushing mistake number 5, and last but not least, those high, juicy volleys, the ones that are sitting right here. We call them meatballs. They're there for the taking, and you know that it's your chance to potentially end the rally right there. So we get up here and we rush through the shot, trying to do just too much with it, and oftentimes we miss it into the net. Here's the thing, all that rushing leads to movement that's too early of a swing, too much motion, and all that excitement leads to that ball that's into the net. Watch me in these 2 clips. In this first one, I'm rushing through the volley. In the second one, I'm staying calm and composed. Big difference in those 2 shots, right? So the next time you get that meatball up here and you're ready to end the rally, don't rush. Take your time, be smooth and under control, and you're gonna hit a much more consistent shot. All right, bonus time. I see this happen at the courts all the time. The ball is over here, somebody runs over here to get the ball, run back into position, and before you know it, the rally has started again. Mind's going fast, the body's gonna get going fast as well. One of the things that we teach our students inside of our academy and inside the pickleball system is what we call the 2-push breathing technique. Now there's a lot of different types of sport breathing. This one is just to simply help you to reset and to relax before you hit the next shot. So it goes like this. You want to take one big breath in through your nose, and then we're going to do 2 pushes out of our mouth, trying to get all the air out of our lungs. So come on. I want you to do it with me. Let's go in, and now 2 big pushes. Really focus on getting all that air out of the lungs. We're going to do it one more time. In, out, 2 pushes. Did you feel your shoulders relax? You felt them drop, maybe even a little tension left your neck? That relaxes your mind and it puts you into the right physical condition to hit the next shot. Now here's the deal. Hopefully you're going to breathe between shots anyway. why not make it something that's useful, that helps you to play your best pickleball? So pick the one that's bothering you the most. Start there. And if you want more tools to help you to slow down your brain and slow down your body so that the game becomes a little easier, grab our free Prepare to Play guide or grab a copy of our book, Pickleball Therapy, the book. Take a breath, because together we can train smart, live bold, and age well.